Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and I have a couple of actual transcript reading videos that I'm going to be making here for the next couple of videos here on the YouTube channel. And the first one that I'm going to be talking about is Tom Brady's introductory press conference call type thing that they had. It's on the Buccaneers YouTube channel. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go and check it out. I highly, highly recommend it. I'm not going to read every single word of what was said in that conference call because we would be here for a while, but I do have some specific quotes and quips that I am going to be reading that were very interesting to me. Now, there were a handful of questions that had to do with Tom Brady with the New England Patriots. It is what it is. But there were also a handful of questions talking about Tom, why he felt that Tampa Bay was the right fit, and what we can expect from Tom Brady in this upcoming season with Bruce Arians and his offense. But before we get into that, I do want to read a couple of quotes. First, from General Manager Jason Licht. So this is from Jason Licht here. To say that this is an exciting day for the Buccaneers organization and for me personally would be a rather large understatement. Tom is quite simply the greatest quarterback to play the game of football. Going after Tom in free agency was our number one priority this offseason because we knew he would be a perfect fit for what we are trying to do here. He's a Buccaneer today, not for what he has done in the past, but for what we know he can accomplish here in the near future as well. I'd also at this point like to thank the Glazier family for providing us with the resources and the leadership to make such a bold move in free agency. We wouldn't be here today if not for their passion and desire to win another Super Bowl and hopefully more for our fans. This was an all-out effort from every level of the organization, from scouts to coaches to front office and especially ownership. Today we begin a new era for the Buccaneers that will define our franchise for many years to come. Now, first things first, Jason Licht, he deserves a very decent chunk of credit for getting Tom Brady in the door, okay? And I know people are going to say, oh, but Jason Licht, he's had terrible drafts. Okay, let's talk about all of the offensive skill players that have been acquired recently by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate, Ronald Jones. Those were all guys that Jason Licht has brought in. Donovan Smith, Ali Marpet, Ryan Jensen, Alex Kappa, those are all guys that Jason Licht brought in. On the defensive side of the ball, Shaq Barrett, Ndamukong Suh, Devin White, Levante David, he's been here for a while. Jason Pierre-Paul, these are all guys that Jason Licht have brought in. In the secondary, Jamel Dean, Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Jordan Whitehead. These are guys that Jason Licht all brought in. Pretty much every single guy on this roster that is here today, Jason Licht has had some part, if not a large part, in bringing them in. So to say that Jason Licht isn't part of the reason why Tom Brady is here is a foolish opinion, in my opinion. Another reason is because, hey, Jason Licht is part of the reason that Bruce Arians is here, which led Tom Brady, because Bruce Arians is part of the reason why Tom Brady is here. So it's just all a long chain, okay? A lot of the reasons why Tom Brady has come here, they've all chained back to Jason Licht being one of the main guys as for a reason as those people are here today. So to say that Jason Licht doesn't deserve, credit in this scenario for bringing in Tom Brady is foolish in my opinion. Let's read a quote from Bruce Arians. Like Jason said, I'm extremely excited. I wish we could start practice tomorrow, but we can't obviously. To have Tom Brady lead our football team into the future, I've been very, very blessed as a coach to have been around some of the great ones. Now to have the greatest one of all time, not because to me of what he does on the field, but because of what he does for his teammates. He makes everyone better that walks into that huddle. Really, I'm just excited to get started. Now, the Tom Brady effect is in full effect here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He is going to change the culture instantly for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's going to come in and immediately Super Bowl caliber level thoughts for everybody on the team. We've seen, on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers YouTube channel, on the NFL Network, Buccaneers players have been interviewed, and all of these guys are thinking, holy crap, we can go to the Super Bowl right away. This is awesome. So this is a really, really cool thing to have right now. Tom Brady's mentality and the effect that he's going to have on all of the players is going to be absolutely amazing. I want to talk about some of Tom Brady's stuff. He did give a very generic statement. Just to read it real quick, the expectation is for me to come in and do what I feel is right for the organization, and that's to be a great team player. I'm going to try to do everything I can to get up to speed with all of the things that I need to do and what my responsibilities are. Another little quote here. As I said the other day, I look forward to meeting all of my teammates and doing everything I can for us to achieve what we set out to do. There are a lot of things that go into it. As soon as we can get those things going, the greater it will be for everybody. So, very generic stuff. Tom, he's very much a team player. He wants to get to know his teammates. He wants to be an overall great team guy. Makes a lot of sense. But now I want to talk about some of the questions that have been asked here. The first question on what he can do to change things in Tampa Bay and to help the Buccaneers return to being a playoff caliber football team. I think obviously where I've been, I've learned a great deal. As I move forward, like I said the other day, no one cares what you did in the past. They don't care what you did last year, 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. I think hopefully the knowledge I have with my experience playing quarterback will allow me to transition quickly. There are a lot of things I've got to get up to speed on. Obviously, learning different terminology, that is a unique challenge that I haven't faced, but it's one that I'm looking forward to. Also, again, I'm not going to make a bunch of predictions to where I've been. I go in looking forward to the opportunity to learn from the new coaches and the new players that I'll be playing with, and I'm going to go out and give it everything I've got. So hey, Tom Brady's motivated, okay? He will have a very unique challenge, one that Tom Brady has never had before, learning a new offense with brand new coaches and brand new teammates. Sure, he's had a lot of players rotate in and out for the 20 years he was with New England, but he's never had a new coaching staff before. New head coach, new offensive coordinator, an entirely new atmosphere for Tom Brady. And it sounds like he's very much up to the challenge. And when Tom Brady is challenged, he gets motivated, and a motivated Tom Brady is something that scares the entire NFL. So for Tom to have this insanely unique challenge and situation for him after 20 years, for him to, he wants to prove that he can win without the old Patriots coaching staff. He wants to prove that he can take a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who haven't been in the playoffs in a while, to the playoffs. There's just a whole new set of challenges for Tom Brady, and he's very, very excited to step up to the plate. The next question on what gave him the confidence to know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization was the right fit. I don't want to get into every process to the decision I was making at the time, but there were a lot of things that really were intriguing to me about the organization, the players and the coaches, and the willingness of everyone to try to accomplish what the goal of playing football is, which is to win. I'm going to try to do everything I can in my position and in what I am responsible for to make it happen. I've got to trust that everyone else is doing the exact same thing. That part is no different from what I've experienced in 20 years of my own role. So hey, Tom Brady's on board. Tom Brady's saying, I'm going to do my job. I expect everybody else to do their job as well. But, notice what he said here. The players and the coaches and the willingness of everyone to win. That's what made me think that Tampa Bay was the right fit for me. So that says a lot about the current group of guys that have been brought in here. From top to bottom, general manager, the coaching staff, Bruce Arians being at the helm of that, and with the players. It seems like a lot of that was very enticing to Tom Brady, and it was the biggest reason why he came here, which is awesome to see, because it means, hey, the Buccaneers are really, really close. They're close enough to where Tom Brady goes, holy crap, I can make this work, and I can make this work right away. This question here was asked on how attractive head coach Bruce Arians' no risk it, no biscuit offense mentality is to him. I've obviously paid attention to him and his offense for a long time. Everybody has somewhat different styles and philosophies on how to call things and so forth. Football to me is about throwing the ball to the guy that is open. If he is open deep, that is where you throw it. And if he is open short, you throw it there. If he is open outside, you throw it there. If they are open inside, that's where you throw it. You get the ball to the guy who can do something with it. There's some really talented players here on this offense that have a very unique skill sets, and it's really my responsibility. I have one ball, and I've got to be able to deliver that ball to the guy who can do something with it. There's a lot of ground to make up because I haven't worked with these players. I'm going to have to learn what they do and their body language and how they like things. That's part of the challenge. It's unfortunate what we're going through in our world. It presents different challenges for all of us. So again, as soon as we have the opportunity to all be together in one place, we can really start working towards that. That's what I'm going to do. So, hey, it definitely sounds like, in a way, my interpretation of this is Tom Brady saying, I'm not going to force the ball that much. I'm going to throw it to a guy who's open. open, which has been interesting in the past because we've seen quarterbacks who force balls to guys who are covered, be it double covered or whatever. Tom saying, hey, whoever's open, that's who I'm throwing it to. We've got a phenomenal group of guys right now in terms of pass catchers who can all do amazing things. And we will talk about some of those guys later on, but Tom's saying, hey, I'm going to throw it to the guys who are open. I don't mind Bruce, or not to say that he doesn't mind Bruce Arians' offensive system, but he's seen it before. He understands the different philosophies and different styles of coaching and whatnot, and it sounds like he's completely fine with the no risk it, no biscuit offense or philosophy or whatever. If a guy's open, that's where Tom's throwing it. They then asked Tom if there was something that he saw on film that led him to believe that Tampa Bay was the right fit for him. Tom said this: there is not one single thing that got me to the point where I'm at today. In playing quarterback for a long time, that's what I do, is I watch film and I study. I try to learn, I try to grow, and I try to evolve every year. I've watched this offense over a long period of time with a lot of different quarterbacks have a lot of success. It's a great offense for the quarterback, it's a great offense for the receivers, for the tight ends, and for the running backs. There's been a lot of great players who have been a part of working with Coach Arians. It's for me to come in and understand the things I've got to learn to be successful within what we are all trying to do and what we collectively do well. It's not about what one player does well. Great offenses aren't about one player. Great offenses are about every guy being on the same page and playing with confidence and anticipation. Until you can get to work on doing those things, for me, getting a lot of those logistical things out of the way is important, because there is a tactical aspect I've got to get that I've really got to get up to speed on. It's going to be a busy off season for me, learning a lot of new things, which is a great challenge and a great opportunity for me. I'm just going to do it the only way I know how to do it, which is to just fully engulf myself in what is done here. It's a new program that I'm a part of, and they have their way of doing things. They're committed to winning, and I've got to come in and do my part. That's why I'm here. So Tom Brady's here to win, baby. They asked him and said, hey, what made you think Tampa Bay was the right fit? He goes, it's a great offense for it's a great offense for everybody. The quarterback benefits, the running backs, the receivers, the tight ends, they all benefit, okay? That's one of the reasons why I'm here. It's not one specific reason, it's a ton of reasons, okay? It wasn't just one thing that led Tom Brady to come to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was a ton of things. He has a ton of respect for Bruce Arians. He likes the offense that Bruce Arians runs. It gets the most out of their quarterbacks as well as other skill position players on the offensive side of the ball. And again, he said this once again. He goes, this is going to be a challenge for me. Learning all this new stuff, learning a new offense, getting up to speed on all the tactical logistics of all of it, but he's ready to engulf himself in this new atmosphere, in this new offense, in this new culture. He's ready to just dive right in, and I'm so excited for that, because it just shows that Tom Brady, at age 42, he has found just this insane level of motivation again in being with a new team and a new offense in Bruce Arians and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, they did ask a couple more questions about New England, leaving New England after 20 years and stuff along those lines. But our boy, Ira Kaufman, brought it back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and actually asked this question for Bucs head coach Bruce Arians. He asked the question on what it's like to bring in a free agent like Tom Brady and why he's the right fit. Bruce Arians said, well, I think we do our due diligence every year after a season to see how we can better our football team and better our organization. When we looked at everybody that might be available at the quarterback position, obviously really never dreamed that Tom would be available, but if he was going to be our number one choice. Mainly because he can do everything that we want to do in our offense, but more than that, it's his leadership ability that we need in our locker room to get where we want to go. Once that became a reality, it was full bore ahead. Let's see what we've got to do and see if we can get this done. So, that's interesting. Bruce Arians does not seem worried about Tom Brady not being a fit in Bruce Arians' offense. I know a lot of people have had their concerns about that and said, Tom Brady, he's not going to fit. He doesn't got the arm, 42 years old. Bruce Arians isn't worried about that, okay? He says right here, you know, Tom is going to be able to do what we need him to do in our offense, and his leadership is even more important than that. We already think he's a fit for our offense in terms of a scheme fit, but just his pure insane levels of leadership is going to make us even that much greater than we already thought we were. I don't know if you guys have seen, but Bruce Arians has said multiple times talking about last year that he felt the team could have won at least 10 games at least, okay? They just had some problems along the way, but he felt that, you know, they could have won 10 games last year. Now with the leadership of Tom Brady and the overall ability that he has, they're going to easily, you know, they feel that they can easily win 10 games now, you know, even more so than that. So that's just awesome to see. Bruce Arians, he isn't worried about Tom Brady not fitting in his offense. He thinks that he actually fits quite well, and he's super excited for Tom Brady's leadership ability, which we all knew that Tom freaking Brady has some pretty good leadership ability. Now, I do just want to point this out before I start talking about the next questions here. They did ask some questions on the unique challenges presented this year and how he plans to get to know his teammates on and off the field, as well as what Tom Brady knows about the Tampa Bay area. He just gave some very, you know, kind of cookie cutter answers. I suggest you go listen to it on the Buccaneers YouTube channel. Obviously, with the coronavirus going on, Tom Brady's going to be making a lot of phone calls to his teammates. It was actually just reported a little bit ago that himself and Chris Godwin have already had a conversation. Might have been about that number 12 number, but, you know, Tom's going to be a team player. He's going to be able to contact these guys in any way he possibly can. So, yeah, just to kind of cover that, if you want to hear more quotes about that, go watch it on the Buccaneers YouTube channel. The second to last question I want to talk about here is arguably the best question that was asked. Now, Tom Brady was asked on playing in the NFC South against Drew Brees and Matt Ryan. Tom Brady had this to say: "It's a good division with good quarterbacks, very good offenses, and very athletic defenses too. Winning the division is always the hard thing to do. These teams know each other so well, and I didn't play this division but once every 4 years, so I've got to learn the players, I've got to learn the schemes. There's a lot of things I have to learn and get up to speed on. That's where all my time and energy will be focused on, and also learning my teammates. Guys like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard, Cam Brate, a lot of skill players, Ronald Jones, and obviously the offensive line, who is a very talented group. A lot of things for me to focus on, and a lot of time and energy is going to be spent on getting up to speed with the tactical things of how I can do the best job for the team. Anything outside of that is really, in essence, not a high priority to me. Not to say things are unimportant, it's just I've got to be able to prioritize my time and energy so I can learn what I need to learn and go out there and do a great job for this organization." So hey, Tom Brady knows the names of some of our best offensive guys. Wonderful, okay? He knows Mike Evans, he knows Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard, Cam Brate. He even mentioned Ronald Jones in the offensive line in there, which is awesome, okay? Awesome. I know some people have been very critical of specifically guys like O.J. Howard, Ronald Jones, and the offensive line. Tom Brady name dropped them here in this quote. So, you know, guys like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Cam Brate, we knew Tom Brady was probably going to like those guys. O.J. Howard, he's still oozing with potential at the tight end position, so it was great to hear Tom Brady mention his name, and even Ronald Jones in the offensive line as well. First things first, that's awesome for Ronald Jones. That is going to instill a lot of confidence in Ronald Jones, keep on building him up, and it makes me feel really confident, even more so than I was already feeling about Ronald Jones in this upcoming season. When Tom Brady name drops you in his introductory press conference, I think that means good things for your stock moving forward. If I had to guess, I would say that Ronald Jones is definitely going to have a large part in the Buccaneers offense moving forward to this upcoming season. And also the offensive line, I know people have been critical, but I still think Ali Marpet, Ryan Jensen, and Alex Kappa are three very solid interior offensive linemen. Donovan Smith, you know, Bruce Arians has said that he's improved dramatically from last year. You know, he had a very good year last year in Bruce Arians' opinion. To me, the jury still remains out on Donovan Smith. We'll just have to wait and see, but Bruce Arians is confident in him. And then at right tackle, that is still a little bit of a mystery going on right now. They did just sign Joe Haeg at right tackle. Bruce Arians stated in another press conference that I'll be talking about in another video that Joe Haeg is a solid right tackle, but you would imagine they are going to continue to work to add at at the right tackle position. But hey, Tom Brady, he likes the offensive line. And, you know, I have seen some people be critical of the offensive line, but if I'm being honest, I think I'm going to take Tom Brady's word for it. Hey guys, the last question we're going to be talking about here, Tom Brady was asked on working with a young coach like offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich, who, by the way, Byron Leftwich has played against Tom Brady before, back when he was a quarterback with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is just absolutely hilarious to me. But this is what Tom Brady had to say. I'm excited. We've had a chance to talk a couple of times. I've enjoyed getting to know him a little bit. Obviously, we're right around the same age, and I watched him play for a long time, competed against him, and he's done an incredible job transitioning into his second career, which is as a coach. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm excited to do it. I think Byron gets along with just about everybody he comes in contact with because he's a very personable and outgoing guy. Everyone says great things about him. In my brief experiences talking to him, I would say all of those things seem to be true. He has great football knowledge, and it'll be fun to get to know each other. It'll be fun to talk about football. We both have huge commitments in our lives to do that, and it'll be fun to take on this challenge together. So hey, look at that. Another endorsement for a guy Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans have been critical of before in the past. Byron Leftwich. Tom Brady's very, very excited to work with Byron Leftwich. And it seems like things are really shaping up well for Byron Leftwich here for his future. Bruce Arians is endorsing him. Hey, if you can get Tom Brady to endorse you as well, that's another sure sign of, hey, this guy's probably going to be getting a head coaching job soon. If the Buccaneers do good this upcoming season with Tom Brady, which we all think that they pretty much will, I would say at least 9 wins at the absolute, you know, doomsday, nuclear, terrible scenario, I think Byron Leftwich could get some head coaching offers next offseason. I fully believe that. You know, he's going to be working with Tom Brady. Bruce Arians is always hyping him up. I'm a little worried because it means we could lose Byron Leftwich to a head coaching gig next offseason, because it seems like he's got a lot of stuff going for him, and he just got an endorsement from one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback of all time. But guys, that's it for this Tom Brady introductory press conference video review, I guess if you want to call it that. Go watch the whole thing, guys. It is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers YouTube channel. Highly recommend you go check it out. I just gave you some of the more interesting bits from this, introductory press conference. I highly recommend you go listen to the whole thing to get some more info on other certain topics. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will have another one coming out soon where Bruce Arians actually sat down and had a press conference call with some of the local Buccaneers media after they had re-signed Ndamukong Suh today. So I'll have that video coming out soon. There was a lot of interesting information in there. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs. Tom Brady's our quarterback. That still feels very weird to say.